All right, let's talk about this for a second. And then you guys can have at it while I text him Mike Bassick all morning long. Sean Sharif, RJ Choppy, our Cowboys insider, Bobby Belt, as they lose in Arizona 28-16 after being 12-point favorites. It's fourth down. You're trailing by 8. You're on their 5-yard line. It's 4th and 4. So you can get a first down on their 1. Be honest. Truckwreck.com text line 877-881-1053. Did you want them to go for it there or take the points? Brian Broadus, I know for a fact, was saying take the points. Broadus' biggest worry was they didn't have a 2-point play with this red zone offense. That they didn't have another 2-point play that they could go to. Choppy, I already know your answer. I know that you're going to say that they should have gone for it. What were you saying? What was all the media saying upstairs?
I don't know where everybody else was on it. I was saying go for it. Just I didn't have a problem going for it. They needed a touchdown. It's field goals aren't going to win, and they've had enough struggles in the red zone. Just go for a touchdown. You need the extra downs, and it wouldn't have made a difference because they kicked the field goal and made it 21-16 later. You throw in another field goal, that's just 21-19. They're still giving up another touchdown, making it 28-19, and then you're still 2 possessions back.
Yeah, you're making a one-score game either way. I did not have a...
But you take the lead if you score a touchdown.
Correct. Yes.
On the next possession. Which they were kind of in position for.
Yeah.
Until they didn't.
Right, absolutely. I didn't have a major problem with it. The numbers say they should have kicked the field goal by a very small percentage.
Really?
It's the Ben Baldwin's fourth down bot, which I love, said it was like a 1% win probability added if you kick a field goal versus not. And it was only a 2% decrease if you just go for it. So it wasn't egregious either way. Like, it wasn't going to make anything different if they went for it versus kicking the field goal was basically null and void. So I didn't have a major problem with going for it. I like being aggressive like that. You have the better team. Your quarterback and wide receivers should be able to win a one-on-one matchup against Arizona. They didn't do it.
Pepe.
I wanted them to go for it. I said as soon as the third down play, happened and it was 4th and 4, I was like, go for it. You need a big play here. You can't keep settling for field goals. I was hoping this offense would break through eventually, and I was hoping that play would start it, and it didn't work.
I didn't have a major problem with it one way or the other, so I can't sit here and use the hindsight. Yeah, now I would have preferred them to get the 3 points, but it wasn't crystal clear to me in my mind, like, oh, definitely kick this, definitely kick it, because you had them backed up. Many people thought that they should have had a safety anyway on the ensuing possession with the Micah hold, but they said that Dobbs was on the 1 instead of in the end zone. So that's the 4th down. All right. So I put out the poll question. It's got 5,100 votes at 105.3 SS. Who are you blaming? Defense? Dak? Oh, I really wanted to put penalties in there in place of Dak. I just wanted to see how many Cowboy fans would take it to Dak. Injuries? And leading by 1% from over 5,000 votes, Mike McCarthy and the red zone, 39.9%. I will now sit back and let you guys take over while I be quiet as long as possible.
It's bad again, man.
Among quarterbacks who have started every game this year, who have played in every game available to them this year, second to last in the NFL in intended air yards is Josh Dobbs at 6.7. Last in the NFL is Dak Prescott at 5.5. He is more than a yard under what anybody else in the league is throwing, because this is the damn 1991, like, still believing it's Bill Walsh era offensive scheme. I said if they didn't throw the ball deep this week, they weren't going to do it. They're just not going to do it this year. They're not. It's not in the offense. It's not in the game plan. They want to keep everything short. They want to keep everything quick. They have become so hyper-focused and overcorrected on the turnover thing to a point that it is a total detriment. And this is you know what offense went out there yesterday? The same exact one you saw against the Jets. It's just the defense was different against the Jets. It's the same offense.
The Jets defense is better.
No, but I'm saying that the defense was different from the Cowboys. The defense put you in better positions to where it didn't matter as much. Yesterday, the defense for your team killed you. But it's the same offense they ran out there against the Jets. Efficiency-wise, the trouble they had, this is the same team, and they went 2 of 6 in the red zone against the Jets, 1 of 5 yesterday. They're 3 for 11 the last 2 weeks. This is what the offense looks like right now until they change some things up.
Look, he's not wrong. that is it's a terrible kind of scheme to only want to throw short. At some point, though, the quarterback does dictate where the ball goes.
Quarterback has to have play design that actually runs routes down the field. Everything was short.
There are plays, I'm convinced. I'm sure there's plays that go downfield.
That's my counter argument. Someone's gonna have to break down all the film game by game and tell me that they're running a lot less deep routes than like anyone else in the National Football League or their offense over the years. Like they just don't call. That's fine.
3rd and 20, all short of the sticks. 2nd and 11, everybody's turning 4 yards after.
You can show me 7 plays.
Okay, so you said you wanted to be shown.
Okay,
I'm showing you.
I'm showing about your 4 plays.
I don't
care about your 4 isolated plays.
4 in a row. Okay, all right.
Care.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
And 3rd and 20, I don't care either.
What is the offense though? If it's 3-step drop and ball out, Mike McCarthy has told you on this show 2 weeks in a row what the offense is, and it's exactly what I'm telling you, which is they do not run things deep. There are plays in there that they can do, that they can dip into, just like they can dip into a flea flicker, but a flea flicker is not part of their offensive scheme.
Yeah, I agree with you that I don't like the scheme. The old scheme was fine. They were leading the league in every damn passing category and offensive category for the most part. You know, they were near the top for 3-4 years in a row. But like, you know, at some point the quarterback does have the decision-making ability to go deep or not deep. 15 yards down the middle of the field. That's considered deep at this point, right? Just go down the field over the middle and make a play. Like the guy's being paid $40 million, make a play. I agree. The scheme, I'm not a fan of. I also think that he could have. They're not running 4-yard passing routes on every single play. You know, Michael Gallup ain't out there running 2-yard cuts every time.
No, but everything is generally 8 to 12 yards. There's occasionally one that'll go down the sideline, but it's not included in the progression as like an early look.
But I mean, 8 to 12 yards is 3 to 6 yards, 3 to 8 yards deeper than he's throwing now.
Dak Prescott on the day, 25 of 40, 249, a touchdown and a pick. My biggest problem with look, I'm not going to sit here and break down red zone X's and O's, and I'm really, unless you have a ton of skins on the wall and you're someone with like professional football credentials, you've been paid to break down the film, I'm really not going to listen to anyone in here or anyone on the text when it comes to like red zone scheme, what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing, and I doubt you know what they're doing. Someone's going to have to tell me all of that. Obviously, it's ineffective right now. Where I had my biggest problem was with McCarthy's time management at the end, with 3 minutes continuing to run and run and run. Like, at some point, you have to throw. Now, a Dak hater will come back and say, you saw the reason they didn't throw. A horrific interception with 3 people around the receiver. But that, to me, does not change my mind that you should not have thrown the football a little bit earlier. The clock is winding down. You need 2 touchdowns, not 2 scores. You need 2 touchdowns. And they just continue to run and run and run. Mike McCarthy said it was because they were playing way back, so we were trying to take what they were giving us. Here's Dak Prescott talking about the lack of red zone production.
Yeah, we've got to do better. Just as a team, as a unit, myself, got to make some throws, maybe use my feet more. Obviously, that's an area that we haven't been good in these last 2 weeks, and even with the win last week, that was the sore spot in the win. And obviously, look at this loss. Moved the ball up and down the field and just couldn't score. And so that's your reason for this loss. And so we've all got to get back to the drawing board. Starts with me and making some throws and making some plays, as I said, with my feet, and I'm trying to get it done.
Dak's QBR was a 41. Dobbs was an 84. I don't have like a strong opinion on how Dak played this game. It's like a blur to me. I can't I don't have like a great assessment for, tremendous throws. He was god awful. I don't have anything except for the pick, which is obviously terrible.
The pick was bad. He underthrew some balls downfield on those, especially on the ones that a lot of us thought were going to be pass interferences. I don't think he was he was definitely not helped out by his offensive line. That was a major problem. And you know, when your offensive line, and we've seen this with any quarterback, I don't care who the quarterback is, any quarterback's going to struggle when their O-line is in shambles. A major part of the red zone problems is that he's just not the running threat he used to be. That 4th and 3, that 4th down play.
Yeah.
2016 Dak probably runs that in, don't you think, Bobby?
Probably. I would guess so. I mean, he's he's lumbering. He's more physical. Look, here's the problem, though.
Let me ask you this real quick, too, about the offensive line replacements. Talent-wise, was that group more suited for run blocking or pass blocking, Bobby?
Run, because, I mean, Udoga's not like a quick-footed athlete. He can play with power, though. Tyler Smith, inside at guard, can pull. And Tyler Smith, by the way, if you want to talk about startups, Tyler Smith was really good yesterday. And so Bass is a really strong, powerful guy. So it is more suited to run blocking, but I mean, it shouldn't have been as bad on the left side pass blocking in the first half as it was.
877-881-1053, chartwreck.com text line. Back to the offense.
35 pass attempts yesterday went 10 yards or shorter in the air from Dak Prescott. Like, I mean, you can say all you want that you believe Dak's being conservative or whatever else. That's not been the case for 4 years. I think that should speak to if 35 out of 40 attempts were 10 yards or shorter, that tells you that's exactly what's drawn up.
Well, I think it is partly what's drawn up. My question is, I want to know how much of that is Dak wanting it to be drawn up. How much is he scared? Did the media?
Does Dak sound like he loves what this offense is right now?
No, he doesn't sound like he loves it. He doesn't sound like he loves it. But how much of him is just spooked about the fact that he got so destroyed unfairly about his interception numbers last year that he is going to go with the overcorrection and he's going to show the world, I'm not throwing picks this year.
I think that's what the coach has done. I don't think that's what your quarterback's done. I think your quarterback would love to continue to play football the way he's played it for 4 years and given you, when he was out there with his offensive coordinator, the most efficient offense in the NFL.
You know, part of me wants to defend that game plan with the attempts by saying you had 3 offensive linemen, and Bobby just told us that their weakness was pass blocking versus run blocking. But at some point in time in that game, you have to score points. You scored 16 points.
Yeah, when you're chasing, to run the ball as much as they did when you're chasing, I mean, you've got to have a lot of faith in your game plan, man.
I mean, they ran for $185 on the ground, 5.5 a carry. Arizona ran for $222 and 7.5 a carry.
Yeah.